Bro Plata, where black people and white people talk nonsense. Listen, we have you on because every other episode we just talk at each other. So, you can talk as much as you want. It's fine.
All right.
As long as if Ray doesn't have to talk and doesn't have to steer the ship off the road like he usually does.
Yep.
Then it's good. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
There you go. Yeah, you can have it. Good, because we drive it straight into a volcano usually. So,
Except for that's the heart, Tim. And that can never be mended. You know that. The heart always breaks.
Nah, dude, one of your girlfriends take care of that for you.
Oh.
No, they usually go, well, thank you for the free meal. Have a good day, sir.
Ray is a 60-year-old man in a 30-year-old's body.
I am, yeah.
If anyone doesn't know.
Nice.
His references are like way older than they should be for someone his age.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I would love to see that fight. And I would be rooting for Greg Hardy the entire time. Funny thing, if you've ever wanted to see me in pain at any point that we've been hanging out, today's your day.
Ray, they see you in pain every time you do a set.
This is true.
Damn.
Yeah. So Thomas has seen it and Tim's never seen it.
No,
It was basically if Mortal Kombat was a shitty like Saturday morning cartoon. Like
Yeah, exactly.
they had like they had a Native American character on there. They had the street tough black guy. Like they had all the stereotypes. WMAC masters.
There it is.
It's such a.
so you're
cool
saying it
show.
doesn't hold up? Is that what you're trying to
It
say?
does
Like,
not
just-
at all.
It doesn't look fit full, Ray. Let me see that glass. No, Ray, top it off.
This is like goddamn amazing.
You got
No, I just want you to follow the rules. What happens if you don't follow the rules? The wheel gets you back again.
This is true.
Why don't you two fight each other? There you go.
Talked about it.
I've been
We've
thinking
talked
that,
about
but
it.
I didn't want to say anything.
We have talked about
I'm
this
still out of
for
shape.
years,
I can't
man.
fight anybody right now.
I am
used to a
so
9-year-old right
down.
now.
I will meet him at a weight. I don't care if I have to gain weight to fucking fight Tim, but it would mostly be like it would be a rolling match in the cage.
Pretty
like
much.
somebody would take someone down.
What's crazy is out of all of us, Tim looks like he's most likely to be the wrestling fan.
I see so many fucking guys who look like Tim Danko at AIW shows. It's not even funny. And I love I see him, I'm like, I want to buy him a shot, but it's not Tim, and I get sad.
Yeah, and this kid's going to be a star, obviously. And that's what they wanted to happen. They want him to get a big win in London. They were hoping that was going to happen. I mean, did they give him somebody they think he could beat? Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like Vargas isn't tough. Vargas is a tough guy. And yeah, Pimblett was a big favorite. But that's what they wanted to happen. They want this kid to be one of their next big stars, especially in the lightweight division. And now he's won two fights, one by knockout, right, and one by submission. So now he's going to fight somebody tough. And that division's super stacked. So there's tons of people he could fight. Before you put me on, I'm screaming at my microphone because you didn't put me on. I'm like, she's Mexican, you racist asshole.
I don't know
Spanish, you monster. But you didn't put me on because you were to talk wrestling. He had two. I only had one fight. He had two fights, but my one fight lasted longer than his two fights combined by like a lot. I think these both of his fights were inside of a minute.
And how did your fight end, Tim?
I got TKO'd in the second round. And there's a lot of guys, strikers that have just became fantastic at takedown defense. I mean, Anderson Silva was good at it. Like Judo Santos was good at it. I mean, those are just the first two I think of. But there's been a lot that, I mean, if you're a striker like that, you have to have good takedown defense. There's been a lot of guys who have great takedown defense, and he's one of them. However, I mean, Robert Whittaker is a striker first. He's not a wrestler. And however, neither really is Cannonier. Maybe a little bit more, but I don't really expect Cannonier to fight him that way. I'm excited to see that fight, though. I don't expect Izzy to lose at all, but I like Cannonier a lot. He's a tough guy, so I'll definitely watch that fight. But if either of us touch the other one's liver, we'll die, Ray.
Probably. That'd be fine. I want to be the first MMA death of like a true amateur, where it's like the worst fight ever. How
bad would it be if you got
MMA fight, bro?
Killed in the cage. You got killed in the cage by me.
Yes.
His liver exploded.
Waka, waka, waka. Hey, everybody. How's it going? My name's Tim. This is Bro Plata. Episode 328. 328 episodes. Still no one watching. I love it. We'll be here till the end of time. I doubt it. We won't last till the end of time. I don't know how long we will last. Both of us. I mean, I'm more obese than Ray, but we both put a lot of garbage in our bodies that we shouldn't. Anyway, Ray's not here. At least not right now. Chances are iffy if he'll be here today because storm rolled through his area and he lost power. It sucks. Like we've all lost power through the duration of doing the show, and it sucks because it's a pain in the ass because you want to do the show, you can't do the show. It sucks. It sucks. It's happened a few times to me, and it's a pain in the ass, and it sucks. I hate it. But here's what it is. Paul says he'll be here soon. Hopefully, I can only do so much by myself. I only got so much material by myself. So if anyone is in the chat, questions, right? Every episode is an Ask Me Anything here on the show. So I'd appreciate those because everything I want to talk about with Pulse, Ray if he's here. You know, I don't want to talk about it by myself. You know, I want to talk about it with someone. But a lot of Olympic stuff happened. Interesting. I have a correction to make from last week, a big one in my opinion. It actually pissed me off that I screwed this up so badly. It's my fault for not being more informed. So I'll fix that when one of them gets here. Yeah, storms going through Cleveland area. The Guardians, I believe, are on rain delay. They were last time I checked. I thought that was going to happen yesterday. I went to the game yesterday with my niece, my 11-year-old niece. I took her for her birthday. It was fun. It was great, except for the fact that they lost. They lost in extra innings to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Good game, though. They came back a couple times and a lot of lead changes. Good game. But the weather's all day said it was going to be shit, and I was worried about going up there. I almost didn't go up there. Luckily, I did because it didn't rain at all. So I got lucky. But and yeah, the UFC. What was it? It was the Abu Dhabi card, right? Yeah, UFC in Abu Dhabi, which contrary to what Raymond often says, is not in Saudi Arabia. Not in Saudi Arabia. Women have rights there. They can drink alcohol. I don't know much more about it. I'm not going to lie. But it's not Saudi Arabia. And that's a good plus on their part. Honestly, should be the national slogan. Bitch, we ain't Saudi Arabia. Which I think is Canada's slogan, right? Bitch, we ain't America. I think it's what it is. It could be wrong. Man. The UFC fights in Abu Dhabi. Did not surprise me at all. Nothing. Chiesa submitted Furgeson. Not surprising. Ferguson's done. I mean, and he did this weird thing where he's like, I'm only going to put one glove in because I don't want to retire. I'm like, dude, please retire. Because it's not, I mean, I'm sure there's some bums he could beat in different promotions, but what's that going to do for him? I mean, he's going to fight for, $4,000 a fight in regional promotions, beating up, mechanics. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't even know if the PFL would take him. PFL already said they're not taking that guy that the UFC just cut. Can't think of his name right now. I'll look it up later, but you know who I'm talking about. He's undefeated. He's a Russian, I believe, and Dana was bitching about the way he fights, so they cut him, even though he's unbeaten. And he said, well, the PFL is going to get an unbeaten guy, and they don't want him either. So I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know. Is Eagle still a thing? Oh, there's shit in other countries. Is it KSW? Is that one? Ryzen? They're over there. There's shit over there. Japan's always got like 14 promotions going at once, man. I don't know who Lenny Hart's announcing for now. If she is announcing for anybody. I'm usually not allowed to say that name on the podcast because Raymond gets pissed. Because she stood us up once at the very beginning of the show. We booked her. She said she was going to come on, and she just didn't show up, didn't tell us. Then we got a thing from her manager, like, "Oh, oops, we double booked her," something like that. But I know that's not true. She just found out we were a shit show, and she didn't want to come on. Which I honestly don't blame her. But it would have been cooler if she told us that. That would have been fine. Oh, I'm looking at the internet, looking at shit and things. The Owen Jacek fight with what's his name? The guy with the fucking Max Scherzer eyes. I'm looking it up. Can't remember the name. I remember he's gonna get fucking shot, bro. Can't remember shit. Yeah, Magomedov. Okay, sure, Putin Magomedov. Yeah, that was a good fight. I like that fight. Figueiredo looked good against Vera, but that fight was boring. During fight, but yeah, a lot of boring garbage on this fight. Card. See, I'm losing my mind. Card. Very possible my brain's just rotting. I've been trying to do some training for a new job, and every time I try to learn something, it's just kind of like you want your brain to be like a sponge, right? Absorb the information. But right now, I feel like it's a basketball, right? Any information coming on, it just bounces straight off. I don't know what I'm talking about either. Is anybody in the chat? If you are, help me out. With some questions or something. Sorry, I'm also running the stream at the same time on my phone, and I'm trying to I accidentally X'd out of it. There we go. Sheesh. Sorry, doing technical stuff as I wait for one of my co-hosts to show up. I mean, I'm not blaming Pulse for not being on time today. It's just unfortunate that he's not on time today. It's okay. I sure he's got shit going on. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying I wish he was here. Don't freak out. That's just me. Sorry. Okay. Well, we have a new world's fastest man. Did anyone see that? That's pretty great. That insane finish in the men's 100 final by I don't know, a pube, I guess he won by. I don't know. Or he won by his chin or something. And it's crazy. Noah Lyles, is that his name? That was great. And also what I love about that guy is how fucking cocky the dude was. It was hilarious. But you know what? If you win the men's 100 meter, you can say whatever the fuck you want, in my opinion. If you win, you can do whatever you want. You can be an ass. That's fine. Don't love it, but I think you're allowed. Now, if you lose, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your ass up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. If you lose, shut up. You win, do whatever the fuck you want, man. Talk shit all day. You won. Good for you. You won the right to shit talk. Yeah, people who lose in shit talk, dicks. Looking at you. Jorge Masvidal, looking at you. Yeah, no Lyles. He ran a 9.79 where they all ran 9.79, but he won, but it's barely won. I was watching some women's hurdles, I think it was. Just happened to be on, and they had a tie at one point. They did a photo finish. They tried to figure it out, and they're like, tie, fuck it, tie. I don't know. So I mean, which is crazy because for two people to cross the finish line at the exact same time in that sport or any sprinting sport, running sport, fucking crazy, or any racing sport, I guess, insane. Speaking of racing, I watched a documentary last night about Greg LeMond. If you don't know who Greg LeMond is the only American to win the Tour de France. What, Tim? I don't think that's right. Yeah, no, it's right. That's right. All of Lance Armstrong's were vacated because he cheated. Floyd Landis also won one, also vacated because he cheated. Greg LeMond is the only American to legitimately win the Tour de France, and he won it 3 times. The second and third time, he had shotgun pellets in him. He had like 40-something shotgun pellets in him. He sometime in between, right after he won the first one, he was home and he went hunting with his family, and his brother-in-law accidentally shot him, and he almost died. Like, he was in hospital forever, and he was in rough shape. Took him a long time to get back on the bike. By the time he got back on the bike, It wasn't the same, obviously. Started racing, was shitty for a while. And I don't know. They talk about in the documentary how he was pretty close to quitting and said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to see if I can just compete in the Tour de France. Won the Tour de France by 8 seconds, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's the most narrow margin of victory in that history of that race. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. 8 seconds. That's crazy. A 2,000-mile race and 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Crazy. Anyway, it's called Last Rider, I think it was called. I saw it on Hulu. Greg LeMond. Anyway, there's another Greg LeMond documentary on 30 for 30 on ESPN. I think it's called like Beating the Badger or something like that. That was cool too. That's about his first Tour de France. This one was more about the second one. Don't know what kind of story the third one had, but the first two had great stories. I'm sure every Tour de France has a lot of stories, just because of how fucking grueling it is. I mean, it's a 2,000-mile race, right? It's crazy, and I guess the first one was his team turned against him, kind of. Is the short answer. There's a little more to it than that, but usually if someone's competing in the Tour de France, they have a team with them to kind of help them. You know, I can't explain. Have you ever watched anything about bike riding? Obviously, I don't do it. At least not at that level. I had about a year in my life where I never had to rode a bike every day, but that was like a decade ago. But the riders, teammates, they help the guy that they're trying to push over the edge, right? The guy who's the number one, they try to help him by flanking guys or whatever, riding with them and stuff like that. I don't know, other stuff too, but no one usually wins it without any help from team. But it's the last minute. His teammates decided to help the other guy on his team when it was already decided that he was going to be the guy. This was 86, I think. I could be wrong. Anyway, so LeMond had to do it by himself, and he did. He beat that other guy, whose name I can't remember because it was, I want to say French, but I could be wrong. No, that was interesting. Went to some movies this week. I said I went to last week. I said I saw Deadpool Wolverine. I liked that. That was good. But Sunday, I went to see Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. And here's my review without spoiling it. Don't go see it. If it ever pops up on your streaming platforms, why not watch it then? It's okay. It's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm just definitely not saying, wow, what a great movie. I mean, the thing I like about M. Night Shyamalan movies, even if they're not his best movies, like this was not one of his best movies, but what I do like about all his movies is they're usually pretty original or something. There's something new, something different in there. So I like that aspect of it, and that's why I went to see it. And I like Josh Hartnett. But it wasn't great. It was fine. This wasn't great. It seemed like it was just, so apparently his daughter is a musician, and it seems like he just wrote this movie around the ability to showcase her music, because she plays a pop star and she wrote a bunch of songs for the movie, and a lot of them play out, like probably 8 of them play through the movie at least. I mean, they're decent. They're pop songs, and I could see them being radio hits. But it seems like he's like, how do I help my daughter's music career? Oh, I'll write a movie where she can play a pop star and write all the songs. That's kind of genius. That's my guess at how this started. I could be wrong. It could have been the opposite. Could have been, no, this is a movie I wanted to write and just have it. Oh man, who in the world do I know who can play a pop star and write all the songs? Who in the world? Maybe, but I really think it's the other way. I really think he's like, how am I going to try to help my kid's music career get over? Like, oh, let's just put her in a movie and have her write all the music. Her acting wasn't great in it. It was okay. Not great. Music was good-ish. Not my thing. Decent pop music, though. Hartnett was fine. I like Hartnett. It's fine. It's weird. Weird movie. Well, of course, it's a Shyamalan movie. Of course, it's weird. But like I said, I'd say worth watching. It popped up on the Netflix or the Hulu. Go ahead, watch it. But I wouldn't go see it in the theater. Nah, I'm gonna spend all that money to do that. Um, so I have a small theater by my house that plays like 2 movies at once, and right now I think they're playing Twisters and Deadpool. And when I go, I usually spend like I think $15 because I get popcorn and shit, and with the ticket, that's 15 total and for everything $15, which is pretty darn good for a movie theater. So that's why I like to go to the theater, and it's right by my house. Other ones like the one this theater I went to see Trap in was up in Canton. That's like a half hour from me. It's a bigger theater. Um, it was all right. Hey Johnny, what's up, brother? How are you, man? Talking about movies I saw and how much I spent on them. I spent a lot more on Trapped because I went to a bigger theater and it's more expensive. I think I spent like $30 to see Trapped. And again, I wouldn't recommend going to see Trapped. Although if you pirate movies, like some people I know, go ahead and do that. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't be pissed if I watched it. I wouldn't be like, man, where's my 2 hours back? Nah, it's okay. But spend a bunch of money to go to the theater to see it. I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, see, John even says Trap was okay, not great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. It was fine. Like I didn't hate it. But I've been telling people that I've talked to about it. What I just said is like I wouldn't go to the theater to see it, but I watch it. Johnny says he pays for all the movies. Yes, with your soul, you fucking criminal. I have no evidence of that. Where's Pulse? Pulse. Well, Raymond doesn't have power. There's a storm that came through his area. We didn't really get much of it down here, but Ray did, and he oh, man, really? Why does this thing keep logging me out of StreamYard? Don't do that. Okay, this is pissing me off. Pulse is watching pirated movies, probably. All y'all criminals. Nope, did I lose it again? All right. I just John, how your Yankees doing? I went to the Guardians game last night. They lost. I took my niece. They lost in extra innings to Arizona. They should have won that game. They didn't win that game. Is what it is. Still hate the extra inning rule. I fucking hate it so much. It's not baseball. It's fucking. I hate it. Oh man, I fucking hate it. But it is what it is. I mean, I understand why they did it, but I think they should only do it at extra inning, doubleheader days. But that's just me. Whatever. Guards are, I think, rained out right now, or they're still in delay, and which means they'll probably try to play 2 tomorrow. But they already have a doubleheader on Thursday, so 2 doubleheaders in a row. I'm sure they don't want to do that, but you know, it is what it is. Good as of late. Should be in first as of tomorrow night's doubleheader. Yeah. Well, we took 2 out of 4 from Baltimore at home. Won the first 2, lost the first 2, but we took 2 or 3 in Baltimore. So if that comes to it, the Guardians, I mean, then we'll have the tiebreaker against them, which is good. I don't think we have it against the Yankees. Did we play the Yankees twice? I think we did. I can't remember. Don't know. Don't know when the next game I'm going to go to is. They have a doubleheader on the 26th against Kansas City. I might go to that. I like doubleheaders. So I wonder if I call Pulse on Discord if he'll answer. You could try, but I don't want to bother him if he's really busy. Well, if he's busy, hopefully he won't pick up, right? Calling him. Calling him. Hello? Hello? Didn't work. Oh well. Did I do it? Did I do it right? I think I did. It doesn't matter. Because A is next for us. Oakland, not nearly as bad. I mean, they're not good, but not nearly as bad as Chicago White Sox. Man, it's actually hilarious how bad they. I fucking hate the Chicago White Sox, so I feel no sympathy for them. The fans maybe, but not the franchise. Fuck them. Fuck them. They very possibly will have the most losses since 1900. Very possibly. So is Ray dead? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know for sure. I can't. I don't know, Johnny. He may be. I don't think so. Last time I talked to him, I believe he was alive. He did lose power though. Yeah, White Sox are still losing. They lost 20 in a row. Are they playing today? Let me take a look. MLB standings. Yeah, Yankees are tied with Baltimore. Guards are 3.5 up on the Twins. It's the thing, they're having a great year, but the fucking Twins and there's a very good chance that there will be 3 Central teams, AL Central teams in the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, there would be. And fuck, yeah, we're in first place, but we're only 3.5 above, up against Minnesota. Man, I can't fucking. Oh, I get so frustrated when my brain isn't fucking working correctly. I don't know why. I'm just pissed off when I keep stumbling over words and shit. Fucking pissed. Well, I think the Kansas City's the most surprising. I think. Well, I mean, how well the Guardians are playing too. I mean, they still have the best record in the American League. They do. In baseball, technically. So by half a game, but still. Yeah, the Chicago White Sox are 27 and 88. Holy fuck. Man, that's bad. And they're only going to be worse at the home stretch because they dumped a bunch of people. They didn't dump Crochet because he wanted. I mean, I don't really blame him. Garrett Crochet was going to be the number one prize on the trade market, but he said, "I'm not fucking playing in the playoffs for anybody unless they give me an extension." And I don't blame him because he's coming off injury, so he's probably going to be shut down pretty soon. So he doesn't want to blow his arm out before he has his big contract year, which hasn't happened yet. So I understand that. I mean, it's something you definitely couldn't get away with back in the day, but it's not back in the day. It's now, and he's got to look out for himself. I get it, man. I get it. I mean, I also understand criticism, but I'm looking at him and I'm like, he doesn't want some team who's not invested in him long term to blow his arm out, especially in a year when he's coming back from surgery. I get it. Here next year they're switching up divisions a bit. I fucking hope not, and hopefully not as early as next year. No, don't fuck with the divisions. No, fuck no. That would piss me off so much. Why? No, it's fine. Baseball keeps thinking that they have a baseball problem. Like their problem is the sport or something like that. It's not. It's their fucking marketing. And I guess switching up the divisions, they could think that's some sort of marketing ploy, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do you want the Mets and Yankees in the same division? Like you're talking about that, like just getting rid of leagues and doing shit like that. I mean, our league would be like Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, maybe. Oh, changing based on where they are does make sense. I don't want them to do it though, and plus, I mean, geographically, all the teams in their division in the divisions are pretty close to each other. I mean, it's not like Cleveland and Oakland are in the same division. They're not. Like Detroit's right there, Chicago's right there, Kansas City, Minnesota. It's not that big a deal. Now, I mean, I guess the argument would be, what if they just got rid of the American League and National League and had everyone? I mean, you'd have Cleveland and Pittsburgh to have a new rivalry, whatever. Cleveland and Cincinnati would play each other like 16 times a year. Whatever. I mean, I just think it's stupid, but whatever. Yeah, ours are. But think of Texas and Cali. I don't care. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's not like they're driving. You know, it's not like we're talking about minor leaguers on a bus. And usually they usually try to figure those trips out so they do the West Coast at the same time. So like they make them go to the West Coast for one series and then come back home and then go east, and they have them do multiple cities in the same road trip. A West Coast road trip or whatever. Even when I don't know, I'm assuming that even when Texas plays the Angels, I'm assuming that after that they probably play Oakland right after that, right? I don't know. I didn't see the schedules. I don't know. I do know that the Guardians play the Cubs in Wrigley next year, but it's like the fucking week of 4th of July, which pisses me off. Like I might try to go if it wasn't that fucking week. Oh, I have like a quad and a half drink here. There's like at least 4.5 shots of bourbon in this drink, and I haven't touched it because I've just been talking the whole time, waiting for Pulse to get here. I'm treading water, dude. I'm like a fat water polo player, dude. Just like fucking wailing in the deep end. Watched some water polo the other day. Not a bad sport. Couldn't watch it a lot though. I mean, that's the thing about the Olympics. Like you can handle watching those sports once every 4 years. I watched archery as well. The American fucking choked. Actually, he lost by like a millimeter. Like, yeah, it was crazy. They came down to the last shot, and it was whoever got closest to the center bullseye won, and he missed by like I said, it was very, very close, but he lost to a Korean guy, but like not much. I don't drink. I quit yesterday. Well, congratulations. Good. So you got 24 hours in you. Good job, buddy. Actually, something that did happen here today is a lot of the dispensaries finally open for recreational marijuana today. We voted for it in November, but today was finally the day that the ones with certain licenses were able to open. And there's one in my town, not far. I'm not going to go probably for a couple weeks because I'm sure it's probably really super fucking packed. And it doesn't seem worth it. It's about time. Yeah. Yeah, because we've been waiting on it for a while, ever since they okayed it. We get or the law got passed. The law went into effect in December, but the state had to give licenses to all these dispensaries, and I know Raymond put a post today that he bought weed in the state. Good for you, Ray. You did it. You did it, buddy. But I mean, I don't partake in it enough to buy a lot. So dispensary actually works for me. I can get some gummies or something that I like. I don't have to buy a bunch of weed off a stranger because I don't like to do that. I don't need it. I don't need that much. I don't do it enough to do that. Ray, probably still will. I don't really blame him. I'm sure that's it's expensive, especially now. And I'm sure every dispensary is going to sell out of everything pretty quick. So that's why I'm not even going to go over there. I feel like if I went over, they wouldn't have anything I wanted anyway. Johnny says, I don't smoke, but it's nice for peeps. Yeah. No, it's well, I voted for it, definitely pro, and I'll definitely get over there eventually. It's just, I don't want that crazy, first week rush. And like I said, probably not till next month, because I'm sure they're going to run out of everything, right? It's going to be crazy the first month. It will calm down eventually. But I don't know when. Just like I don't know when Pulse is going to show up. Haven't heard anything from him other than him saying in the comments that he will be here soon. He's still not here. And again, Raymond doesn't have power, so I don't expect him to be here, at least not anytime soon. Oh, Guardians are still on delay. I'm assuming they're not going to get this in. It's already an hour late. Yeah, I doubt it, man. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Depends on the forecast. If they think they can get it in, they will. But Johnny, don't say that. Okay, he's a shady fellow. Doesn't matter what he looks like. That doesn't make him shady. No. Crack and Crantham is next. I hope so. Right? Fucking just legal meth. Although I was on Adderall for years, which, I mean, listen, it's not meth. It's not meth, but it's like watered down diet meth. Well, I don't know how long I can wait for Pulse because I don't know how long I can sit here and talk to no one. Legal opium is what you're after, Johnny. They have that. It's called opiates, right? You know, they have them in pill form. They're basically, you know, pretty close. A little milk of the poppy action. Man. Yep, haven't heard from Pulse. Not helping. And listen, I don't even have time to drink my drink because I have to keep talking. All right, drink break. Leave me alone. I've been on opiates for 34 years, no biggie. All right, you say so. Listen, some people can live okay lives and not go insane on them, but most people, you know, it's not great. My grandfather weaned himself off Oxycontin by himself, which I tell people that and they don't believe me, which I understand you not believing me because it's not supposed to be able to happen, right? Like just, I mean, he was on it for years. It was the one thing if he was on it for a week. I mean, he was on it for years and decided he wanted to stop taking it. So he weaned himself off without a doctor's help or anything. He did it himself. And I mean, most people can't do that. Yeah, Johnny says, yeah, it's dangerous. Well, like I said, he tapered off. You know, it's not like he just stopped taking cold turkey. He weaned himself off, but he did it, and he's been off of it for years now. And I mean, his doctor says he's a miracle. Like his doctor doesn't know how he did it because, like I said, nobody does. And like I said, a lot of people I tell that to don't believe me. So, but he did it. He did. He didn't. I mean, you know, without. Sometimes you get is it methadone or like one of those sub drugs they put people on that were on opiates for a long time. Did for 3 years, but it was rough. Yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. That's why I kind of anytime I'm prescribed any kind of opiate, I kind of get. I'm not gonna say nervous, but I mean I've never had a problem taking a prescription worth and being fine afterwards. I haven't had a problem with that, but I've never had a knock on wood a situation where I've had to have Suboxone. Yes, thank you. You're correct. That's right. I never had a situation where I've had to have it multiple prescriptions. Right? It's usually just like for the last time I had it, I had some sort of weird crotchal pain that ended up being. I think it's like a starting of a hernia or something, or kidney stone. It was kidney stone. They gave me so. But that was like a week, you know. Although if I didn't have it, it would have been rough because then things are fucking horrible. Although I'm not 100% sure I even had a kidney stone. They checked and they said I didn't have one, but I mean, I had another week of like a ton of pain. And then I remember one day it hurt the pee, and then I was okay for a while. Then I was good ever since. So I feel like I had a small one and they just missed it. I have back injuries since 16, surgeries. My bones are bad. That sucks, brother. I'm sorry. That sucks, man. That sucks. I've been watching a lot of chiropractor videos, and they've been making me laugh because a lot of them are just like audio porn more than they're like, oh, look at these things we can do to help people. A lot of chiropractors are that. All right. They are like, hey, look, you know, they're trying to get views and shit, but they're like, hey, we can help people. Look. And I get that. But some of them are just, hey, I just found this hot chick, and we're just going to like do fucking weird ass ASMR shit on her, and it's creepy as fuck. I love on coffee perks. What does that mean? Does that mean Percocet and coffee? I'm sure. I'm sure that's fun. I was on Adderall and K-Pens for years. That was the only thing. I can't say a chiropractor. I don't trust them. That's the thing. Like, it seems like a bit pseudoscience-y to me, And I think there are ones I think that are out there that I would trust, but I feel like I'm just afraid to go to just a random one because I think there's a lot of quacks, and I feel like there may be more quacks in that profession than non-quacks. That's my guess. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. You see a lot of videos of guys doing really crazy shit, and I can't imagine how that would help people. Afraid of being paralyzed? Yeah. I mean, that doesn't happen a whole lot, but like it has happened. And people can get strokes, right, and die, right, if you fuck it up too bad. So, I mean, the most common thing I think is stingers, but yeah, that's not impossible. It can happen, but I don't know, man. I see these ring dinger videos, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, it looks intense, but I feel like it would be awesome. But I don't know if there's anybody around me that does it. I've been looking. I found videos of a guy that says Ring Dinger, Ohio, but I think he's nowhere near me. I think he's up in Toledo or something, which is like 3.5 hours from me. There's just one chiropractor on the internet. She like wears booty shorts and she's like barefoot the whole time. She's a fucking weird, like hippie chiropractor. Strange. Like, you're professional. Why are you wearing fucking tank tops and booty shorts? Other than that, she seems like I go to her, but it's weird. Weird to me. I don't know. They all cry and have orgasms. Yeah, some of those videos, yeah. But I think they're fake, man. I mean, of course they are, but like there's one guy in particular, I think he's from somewhere in Pennsylvania. His videos are very creepy, and they're always with like super hot chicks. And I think it's not like these aren't patients; these are just models we hired to make weird noises into microphones to get views, which is creepy because he's doing weird shit. I can't imagine like works or is even legitimate technique. Yeah, dude, it is fucking weird. Me and Johnny are just having a private conversation. That's fine. If anyone wants to join in, more power to you. We'd love you for it. All for the boobies. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, I mean, there's one channel I'm thinking of in particular that it's like that. And I'm like, this is weird, dude. It's weird. I mean, like now, I believe the ones that are like when they have videos, the chiropractors have videos of like guys who look like me, right? Or big old ladies, right? Or whatever. Like not super gorgeous people every time, right? In a mix between male and female patients. Like that I believe, right? Johnny says, I know that one. Which one? Listen, they're all over the place, man. And I click on them for whatever reason, so I keep getting more. But actually, one I just stumbled upon is a guy from Nashville who just like he doesn't put up his own videos of him doing adjustments, but he just comments on other people's videos of people doing adjustments, and it's funny because he just talks shit. And he talked a lot of shit about that little dude in Pennsylvania with the models. And he said it was fucking creepy. It is creepy. It's weird. And apparently he had an apology video because the guy kept calling his office bitching about him. So, although it wasn't a very good apology because I don't think he had much to apologize for. He didn't. Anyway. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no trivia today because no Ray. That's a bummer. I wanted to defend my title again. And luckily, there's no nerds here to talk about Bummer Slam. That's right, I said it. SummerSlam was in Cleveland this weekend, which I believe is wrestling. So a lot of the nerds were real happy about that this weekend. They had, I think, SmackDown they had on Friday, and SummerSlam was on Saturday, I believe. When they get the towel and lift their whole friggin' neck, I cringe. Oh, that's like the ring dinger or the Y strap. I don't know. I've been looking at it and I keep thinking about maybe going to a chiropractor, but I've only ever been to one time, And growing up, my stepdad's friend was a chiropractor in town here. He's not here anymore. He actually, I believe he left the practice altogether and started like working on an oil rig or something like that. It was crazy. And like he said, like, what happened to that guy? He went to Wyoming and works on an oil rig. He went from chiropractor. All right, I don't, whatever. But it's funny. And I actually talked to a chiropractor in a bar once, and he was telling me the same story about the guy. Anyway, also, I met a chiropractor in a bar, and I got to figure out where that guy practices because I do not want that guy anywhere near me. Anyway, I went once when I was in high school because I would I have Tourette's, I like twitch and stuff, and I got a pinched nerve in my neck, and like it's bad. The fact that I couldn't move my neck, and that's the only time I went, and he fixed it. He fixed it. So, is chiropracting a pseudoscience? A bit, but I do think that they can get pinched nerves out and stuff. Like I don't think it's 100% fake, and I don't think they believe it's fake either. I don't think it's just like a scam or anything. I do think it could possibly help some people, but I don't know if it's always the way to go. I mean, Johnny, like I'm actually surprised you haven't tried it. I mean, I understand why you haven't tried it because you're afraid they're gonna fuck you up, but I don't know. It does work for some people, but yeah, you don't want to get worse. So I don't know. Some of those ring dinger videos, like people scream, but then they're like, "Oh, it's so good now," right? But they screamed when it happened because they had herniated discs or whatever. And I don't know if you're supposed to pull on a spine with a herniated disc. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Quick fix, but you have to keep going for it to work. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I feel like going to an office once a week or so is better than some surgeries. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. If that works, it doesn't work for everybody, right? So I don't know. I'm just afraid of them like loosening my shit. That's what I'm like. I feel like it would make it worse before it's better. And my back, luckily, isn't too bad. I get mostly because of being fat. Well, my gut pulls on my spine, and my spine's curved like a C, I guess like a C into my back. Like genetically, my family all has this weird like spine that goes inward. So the middle of that spine and my gut right pulls on it. So I get pain right there in the middle, but it's not usually that bad. Detaching my back, bro, nightmares. I believe you, bro. I believe you. Man, this would be a lot easier if Pulse was here. I mean, I like talking to you, Johnny. If it wasn't for you, this would be a whole lot harder. But I haven't even heard from Pulse. I hope he's okay. You alive, bro? But yeah, and of course, Raid doesn't have power. That sucks. That's happened to me a couple times. Spina bifida. No, it's not spina bifida. I don't even know if there's a name for it. Like, it's not like this, right? It's not scoliosis or anything. It just goes in a little bit. I don't feel like taking my shirt off or I'd show you, but it's just like, instead of like if everyone's spine, they stood up straight, they're like this, right? My spine goes like in a bit where my gut is and kind of like I curve this way. And so is my brother and his daughter and my mother, my grandparents. Like it's a genetic thing. Poliosis, I don't know. Too fat to have polio. But yeah, we're all built like that. I mean, I'm assuming that if my spine wasn't like that, if it was straight up and down, I'd be at least an inch taller. I'm assuming that because I'm longer this way than I am tall, by like an inch and a half. So I'm guessing I'd be a bit taller. Don't know for sure. But my brother. So my brother's 33. He just figured this out a couple years ago. He had back problems too. He went to that chiropractor guy all the time. And then he never x-rayed him. So I don't know what to call it, but my brother's spine the bottom of his spine doesn't connect to his hip. You know what I mean? Like, goes all the way down, and like you're supposed to I don't know, maybe it's your hip or whatever, your collar or tailbone back there. Like, it doesn't connect. There's like a gap, and he just found that out. And they're like, well, what do we do for it? He's like, well, nothing right now. I mean, if it gets really painful, they may put like a plate in there or something. Yeah, but he had no idea. He just found that he had, obviously he was born like that. Had no idea until he was 30. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I've had MRIs on my spine. I forget, man. I have a condition, and one of my vertebrae is deteriorating a little bit. One of them, they said, just a little bit right now. Nothing we're gonna do about it anyway. But just keep an eye on it. All right. I don't know if I have those medical records anywhere. I forget I don't know. 2 different doctors told me that. I had an MRI on it for some other reason, but wasn't back pain reason. But yeah, they said that I have something going on. I don't even know which vertebrae it is. So probably the one that starts hurting soon. But I don't know. The weirdest back pain I get, like a weird spasm in one part of my back. And I've been having that for years. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. Well, I would at least like to have an ETA on Pulse. So I knew how long we're talking. Because if he wants to come, I don't want to bail before he shows up but I need to know when he's going to show up. Yeah. The only way I can get a hold of him is on Discord. And hold on, maybe I can find him on Facebook. What's his name? His government name. Benedict Arnold. It's just a coincidence. It's his name. New chick. What new chick? What are we talking about? Hold on. What are we talking about? I found him. See if I call him. See if I'll answer. Can't call him. I said multiple times that I wanted a third mic on the show to be a sassy black woman. I've said that, or just a hot chick in general would be good too, just for views, And I think the whole show would just be us making fun of her. Probably would be the whole thing. / flirting with her. That'd be the whole thing. That'd be the whole show now. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I feel like that would do better than what this is currently doing, which is nothing. This is me talking to myself with my Sir Journal of Truth statue, my thumbs down guy, my Josh Naylor, my possum, my Mike Tyson, and my Crusher dog. Yeah, where's my Tim Couch? Oh, Tim Couch is back there too. Oprah would not be good for this show. I don't think Oprah would be a good addition. Kelly Clarkson, I think, would work. I feel like we would work well with Kelly Clarkson. I like her vibe. I think that would work out. Drew Barrymore, I don't think so. Ellen, definitely not. Who else? Caroline Ray. I think Caroline Ray would be fun. Just thinking of women who've had talk shows. Rosie O'Donnell, no. Who else has had talk shows? Jenny. No Jenny. Who's that lady with the old lady with the short hair and the glasses? What was her name? I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is somebody call Kelly Clarkson. Get her over here. Rachel Ray, that's one too. No, Rachel Ray would work. No, Rachel Ray seems cool. That would work. She'd work. Her and Kelly Clarkson would work in this show. That's it, though, I think, as far as women who have talk shows. How about Megyn Kelly? That'd be fun. Her and Ray can just agree with each other the whole time. I don't hear pulling my hair out. Katie Couric. I think Katie Couric will last 8 seconds on this show before she bailed. So this is teaching me a lesson that I need to have Pulse's phone number. I don't know why I don't. I should. I feel like at this point it's okay. I know where he lives, for crying out loud. So I should have his phone number. Man, they're still waiting this out, huh? This game. Well, I was gonna wait till somebody came here to talk about this, but I guess I can bring it up again. Last Thursday, Ray and I were talking about, like, I just saw some bad headlines when we talked about this. I saw bad headlines, and I assumed, because I saw it right before we came on and we talked about it, I assumed it was one thing. It was, and I apologize. I was wrong. And my opinion is completely different because I didn't have all the information. Talking about the Albanian boxer in the Olympics. I was under the impression she was transgender, and I was incorrect. And I just saw that from some bad headlines I saw. I may have even there was at least one that said that she was transgender, and one said that she was genetic male, which also isn't true. That the XY chromosome thing also isn't true. Basically, we're talking about a woman who has she has a condition where she has more testosterone than other women, and it doesn't make sense. That's fine, but that's her hitting the genetic lottery in sports. She's a woman. She is a fucking woman. So my point is, she's a woman. Let her fucking compete against women. I don't know what people are bitching about. To me, it's the exact same thing as saying that. Example. Okay, that Shaq wasn't allowed to compete with like Muggsy Bogues, right? Like saying a 7-foot high school kid dunking on like short kings shouldn't fucking be in basketball, right? It's just no, it's not. Listen, I do apologize for not knowing the facts when I talked about it the first time. And I found out like right after the show, and I was pissed. I almost made a video, and I'm like, no one sees this anyway. It doesn't matter. But I'll wait till Tuesday. But I felt bad because I'm like, I fucked up. I was wrong. And but yeah, my opinion completely is changed because yeah, she's a woman. Fucking let her fight. Also, she's lost plenty of fights before. It's not like she's unbeatable. The person I'm most pissed at is the fucking lady who rage quit. What's her fucking deal? And she has apologized because she did that. People, went off on this woman, this Albanian woman. Also, that should have been the red flag there. I should have figured that out. Like, Tim, do you really think that Albania would allow a transgender person, number one, to live, let alone represent the country in the Olympics? Of course not. You're not allowed to be gay or trans in Albania, right? I should have thought that all the way through, right? So, and there's a lot of people that are bitching, saying she's not a woman, but guess what? She's a fucking woman. So, I don't know. It's pissing me off. And I mean, dude, to say that she can't compete, that's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like I said, to me, it doesn't seem any different at all, than saying that like a 7-footer should not be able to compete against 5'8" guys in basketball. It's like saying that Aaron Judge and Jose Altuve should not be in the same league, right? It's not fair for Aaron Judge to be in the same league as Jose Altuve, right? Like, it's just that's how sports has always been, like God's chosen few, right? Everyone, professional athlete has been hit by the genetic lottery in some way. Now, some people have to work harder than others to get there, and there's other things other than just that gets someone to professional status or for being the best in the world. It's more than just that. But everyone, right, has got a bit of genetically given, God-given, whatever you want to say, genetically given athletic ability, right? I love baseball. I try hard at baseball. I was fucking shitty at it. I didn't have, my brother did. I just didn't have it, and I loved it, and I played hard, but I never could do it not well because it wasn't meant to be. It's one of those things that I wasn't naturally athletic. And the thing is, yeah, you can definitely get good at something, but everybody has a ceiling, and I think that their ceiling is because of genetics. And so the thing, so saying a woman can't participate in a sport because she has better genetics than other women, at least for sports reasons, it's ridiculous. I mean, look at Brittany Griner in the WNBA. No one's ever said that Brittany Griner shouldn't fucking play in the WNBA, right? And she's much bigger than everybody else. She's a real deep voice. No one's saying that she's a man, and no one says that she shouldn't play in the WNBA, right? So I feel really bad for this woman who's getting all this shit. She doesn't deserve it. And anyone who thinks that she shouldn't compete is uninformed. And I apologize for my opinion on Thursday because it was an uninformed opinion. So, yeah, dude, I know definitely change. I mean, 100% change when I get new information. When I found that out, I'm like, oh fuck, my bad on that, my bad. So I'm apologizing to anyone who paid attention on Thursday. But I'm more embarrassed than anything because that's definitely not my stance on that. My stance is for her, she should absolutely be able to compete, and people should shut their mouths. Too many trolls and liars. It's not your fault. Yeah, I think. Well, I think the headline that I saw, this said woman gets beat by genetic male, which is also not true. Because even the XY thing wasn't real either. Like, whatever. Hey, 2 joints. What's up, buddy? Waiting on Pulse, maybe. Ray doesn't have power. He lost his power in a storm. John, 2 joints. You may have been here Thursday when we were talking about that Albanian boxer, and I was uninformed. I was incorrect, and I feel bad because I didn't know at the time. And my opinion has changed now that I have all the facts. But yeah, it actually pissed me off. So what'd you say? Judge is just too good. Yeah, you know what? Aaron Judge is pissing me off because Jose Ramirez is having an amazing year. Like, we'd be fucked without him. He's doing so, like, I don't know, like that whole franchise will collapse without Jose Ramirez. And Aaron Judge is just numbers wise is having such much better season. Well, I mean, not much better, but he is having a better season numbers wise. So he'll probably win the MVP. But what the fuck more do you want Jose Ramirez to do? Tim, it's not your fault. Those kind of things, nobody wins, man. No topic. Yeah, but I'm just saying that I was just kind of mad at myself for like not really reading it before I talked about it. You know, even though, and it seems like Ray was misinformed too, because I said the words gender dysphoria and things, and he didn't correct me. So I feel like he probably thought the same thing, but I don't know. Anyway, and plus she's actually not that good. She may hit real hard, but it's more in boxing than just hitting hard. That's why there isn't like just strong men boxing. Anyway, what else do we want to talk about? Biles won another medal. She vaulted about 1,000 feet in the air. No one else on earth can do it. You know what? Simone Biles may be one of the greatest athletes in the world, if not the greatest athlete in the world, the greatest female athlete for sure, probably. But for me, she ruined it a few years ago, 2019. She played in the celebrity softball game at the All-Star game at Progressive Field. And that's when it listen, I can't call someone the greatest athlete in the world if they can't catch a can of corn pop fly. She's playing like second base or something, and there's a couple really easy fly balls right to her. Biffed them. 2 of them. She's supposed to be this amazing athlete. Can't catch, and I mean this. Routine can of corn. Everybody should catch this pop fly. Come on, Simone. She's a wish, I swear. She's something, man. She's like 4'8" and she flies 15 feet in the air. She's crazy. Canadian Olympic team has done pretty amazing. Yeah, the men's basketball team just lost, right? They were having a pretty good run there. For a minute there. I watched their women's 3-on-3 team, and I was bitching last week about our 3-on-3 teams and why don't we have better players in the 3-on-3 teams. And I found out the reason is because they're not allowed to. It's the Olympic rule that you have to have competitors that are ranked in the top whatever in their sport. So you can't just have an NBA player come play 3-on-3. You have to have someone who's been playing 3-on-3 throughout the last 4 years. So I think it's stupid, but I understand why they do it. They do it so America doesn't win. And it's working. The women 3-on-3 team got a bronze. The men's 3-on-3 team got schwacked. So, but yeah, let's take a look at the medal count. Last time I checked, it was USA was top, but they were tied with China for gold. Although they're cheaters, man. Everyone knows that. Okay, we now have 24 gold to China's 22 gold, 86 total medals. Not bad. Canada, 6 gold. Not bad. 6 gold, 18 total. Not bad. Excuse me. Not bad. I just watched, what I watched the other day? Archery. That's the thing about, like, I want the USA to win everything. So when they're competing in anything, I like to watch it because I want them to win, right? So even sports that I don't really watch that often, like I was watching archery and I got really bummed that the guy from the US lost by like a fucking millimeter, right? And I was watching water polo. I don't know what. Every Olympics I get bummed out because I feel like I missed more than I wanted to. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, we have like a week left, right? So I maybe less. Oh no, a few days. It ends this week. Shit. Oh, also, I just found that I didn't realize it until I was buying shit yesterday, and everything came out. I'm like, why is it even? Why is everything even money? Ohio's on a tax holiday. I didn't know that. Like it from the 30th to the 8th, I think. So we have a couple more days of this tax holiday. So yeah, I was wondering like why. My niece got a hat and it was $35 at the game, and it was 35 even. I'm like, why is it? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about the fucking tax holiday. I mean, apparently they moved it to cars now too. That would have been sweet when I bought my car. If I had a fucking tax holiday when I bought my car, that would have saved me I don't know, a lot. In New York, the fuck is a tax holiday? Apparently, but they've been doing it here for a few years, but they've only been doing it for a couple of days. But this year, they're doing like a whole week, or more than a week, like 10 days. And I had no idea until this year they even ever did it, because I never noticed. But like I said, I didn't notice it was happening until I was buying stuff and everything was just even. I'm like, why is everything even? Even tax holiday is a picture for the Guardians. Ha! Yes, it's Jackson Holiday's younger brother, another one of Matt's kids. That 100% does sound like a reliever from the 70s. He pitched with Tug McGraw, tax holiday. Tax holiday. Still trying to figure out where Pulse is. He said he'd be here. This kind of figures like when Pulse isn't here is also the same day Ray isn't here. You know? Well, anyway, I have this big ass drink to drink, so I'm going to get through it. So, you guys with me or not? What else you guys want to talk about? Listen, every episode of this show is an AMA, right? Ask me anything. So, go for it. What you guys got? Come on, let's do it. No, I don't think either of them are in jail. At least I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. What else has been going on? What did I do this weekend? What did I do this weekend? Drink? I told you I saw Trap. And that was fine. It's fine. Fights. Is it just me? Or have like there's been a lot of like this has been a down year for the UFC? Is it just me? I think it's been a pretty down year, hasn't it? I'm not saying nothing has been good, but I feel like overall a lot of so cards, you know. And I feel like Dana White showing his frustration a little bit by like taking it out on people, saying I'm never getting fucking big bonuses again. You fucking know it's fucking hurt. All right, man. I don't know. Can we blame the matchmaking? Maybe. I don't know. I know the theory is that you make fighters fight in poverty, they'll fight harder, but I don't think that's really the case. I'm not saying they're on par with poverty. They're not, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason a lot of times they don't do like countdowns and stuff where they show people's living situations. Because I watched that Tatiana Suarez documentary. I was on HBO, and they showed her apartment. And I'm like, oh god, like this is like a woman. I know she's been hurt a while, but a woman who's undefeated in the UFC, did some really great things. And like her apartment, she's like a small, not nice 1-bedroom apartment. Like it like you're like, fuck, man, jeez. It's a rough. It's a rough way to make a living. What I'm saying, even at the top level, obviously. The only person I heard that support. Now let's see. What's the word I'm looking for? The think of the word. No, no. Fuck. Justifies. That's the word I'm looking for. Either, but that will work. The UFC fighter pay is Sam Alvey. Sam Alvey's the one who's like, yeah, I liked how much money I made. We've had him on here, and he said, I'm good with how much money I made. And I'm like, I didn't say this to him, but I'm like, man, I feel like you shouldn't be. I mean, you had so many fights with them, and the fact that you still have to hustle your ass off to feed your family. I mean, anyway. Also, congrats to Sam Alvey. I forgot to talk about that. He retained his title in Karate Combat. Actually, he beat the fuck out of the guy. He did a good job. I saw that fight. It was good. RFK Jr. was there for some weird reason. That was strange. But yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, Johnny, too many calm fights and backpackers. I listen. I feel like you're seeing the frustration from Dana because he talked to shit about the guys wanting bigger bonuses, and he's like, "Well, I'm never doing that again." Any fucking fight, right? And him cutting that guy who's undefeated because of the way he fights. So they're seeing it. They're seeing the frustration. You're seeing the frustration. So I don't know how you fix it. I don't think you fix it that way, but I don't know. I don't know. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but I feel like the way you get guys to fight like it's their last fight ever is pay them an amount of money that it could be, or at least, um, or at least close to it. Right? I honestly think that the solution is pay people more money, but not everybody thinks that. I think most people think that, but the people who make the decisions in the UFC obviously don't think that. They think they're paying people plenty of money. So I disagree, but whatever. I mean, it's kind of the same thing what I talked about earlier with Garrett Crochet, who didn't want to be traded, who didn't get traded because he didn't want to pitch on the postseason unless he got an extension. He doesn't want to, risk his career before he gets his payday. I understand that. It's like expecting Connor to get and you get Tony Furgeson. Now that Tony's done with the UFC, at least, Freedom Guy, what up, man? I really hope that I hope that we remember him for everything other than this 8-fight losing streak, right, or whatever it was. I hope we remember kind of like with BJ Penn, right? We don't want to remember the back end where he stayed too long, right? We want to remember all the great fights he had. Same thing with Tony. How the heck I was a fucking savage forever, and then all of a sudden he just had one too many hits, and then it was, it was done. His clock was done or whatever, and he stayed too long. But I hope, and I think we'll think about that for a while. But a year or two, I think we'll forget about that for the most part, and just remember how much of a savage he was when he was fighting well. Because he deserves that. I'm assuming he'll be in the Hall of Fame because they put everybody in the Hall of Fame, it seems like. But it's unfortunate how it ended. But overall, that guy was a monster for a long time and great to watch. So, hatch off Tony Ferguson overall. I just hope he doesn't try to go somewhere else and fight bums and lose. Not saying Chiesa is a bum. He's not. But he's about done too, right? So. I don't know. Well, let's see what we got for anything from Pulse. I hope he's okay. I mean, he said a comment early on, said he'd be here in a few minutes, and I haven't heard from him since. So now I'm worried. And I'm trying to get a hold of him on Discord. Oh, Pulse. Sorry, I'm looking shit up. Oh, now I'm worried that he's okay. Trying to call him. Don't know if this is working. Don't think this is working. Not working. How do I hang up? There we go. Maybe he lost power in Texas. I don't know. I don't know if there's any storms going on there today. There was here. Well, we didn't really get anything in my area, but Ray did up in his area. So, Cleveland area, my other buddy in Cleveland lost power as well, which sucks. Losing power sucks because like all of a sudden you don't know what to do. You have nothing, right? No one has backups for that shit anymore. I mean, excuse me. Some people have a generator. My brother has a generator. I never saw anyone more happy about losing power than my brother one time last year when there was a storm and he lost power and he got to use his generator. He was so pumped. It was actually hilarious how happy he was to get to use his generator. So, but, well, I tell you what, I will finish this drink, but after this drink, I may be done because okay, what else we got to talk about? What do we got? Anybody got anything else? It's probably just the deep state messing with Texas Power Internet. They don't like freedom-loving patriots. It's okay, I hope. I'm sure that's what it is. 100% what it is. It's those damn pizza gators fucking with the grid. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about. This is what reminded me of that. I saw Joe Rogan's new special. This is my opinion on it. If you love Joe Rogan, you'll think his special is great. If you don't like him, you won't like the special. If you think he's all right, he's all right, like me, you'll think it's so. It was all right. That's basically what I'm saying. It was all right. It wasn't bad. I laughed out loud a couple times. But he's not, he's not my favorite comic. His stuff isn't my favorite shit. I don't hate him. I like as a UFC commentator, love him. I'm pro him usually. He's not my favorite person on earth. Sometimes he says shit that I'm like, what the fuck, this fucking guy. But one thing he made me laugh the most is when he talked about how like everyone who listens to him is an idiot. Talking about like why would anyone in the world take advice from him on anything? Like that's a pretty good point. And he had a bit at the beginning about Fear Factor that was funny, but he's a better podcaster than a comedian. I think that's true. But the thing is, even if you don't like him, I tell you what, like he is good at that. Even if his comedy, I'm saying that as a comedian, like you watch him, like he knows what he's doing, right? He's good at. If his stuff isn't your favorite kind of stuff, that's fine. Comedy is subjective, obviously, but I'm telling you, he is actually good at it. That doesn't mean you have to like him. You have to think he's funny or have to laugh at him. But I'm saying he knows what he's doing. And to say like, oh, he sucks, he shouldn't be doing comedy. That's not true. That's not true. It's the thing he's done the longest that he's still doing. So, yeah. Anyway, and he's still going to sell out giant arenas and shit. And the funny thing is, I watched most of it live because it was live on Netflix. Which I don't know if he should have done it. That's rough. That's rough for anybody. It's the third person I think did it on Netflix. The first was Chris Rock. The second was Cat Williams. I didn't watch either of those live, but when I watched most of Rogan's live, and he was wearing like what I would call a Tampa Bay orange shirt, like the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers colors. That was the shirt he was wearing. I don't know why anyone okayed that. I don't think he looked good in that at all. But he was also like he had like steroid titty sweat. He had fucking the roid sweats the whole time. It was kind of funny. Like, they edit that shit out when they can't live. And it was glitchy. They had a lot of times that it was like, during the live broadcast. And I watched some of it again just to see if that was still happening. And last time I saw it was, so I don't know if they cleaned it up yet or not. But yeah, there's a lot of glitches, which sucks. You don't want that. Do you want to, you have a live comedy special? You don't want to worry about there being fucking glitches. Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of comics I like better than him. But and people who love him, they went and saw that show. I'm sure they loved it. So that's fine, right? You're as long as the people that came to see you are satisfied, it's good. It's good. Or people who watch it on Netflix who are also fans liked it. But you're playing it for them, right? You're doing it for them. You're not doing it for people who hate you. Although the people who hate you watch it too, and that's good for Netflix as well. So, although I do like when he makes fun of himself. I do like when Joe Rogan goes self-deprecating. I do like that. I'll have to watch it, I guess. It's okay. It's like I said, it depends on how you feel about him. I think to me, I think it made him more likable than less likable, because he talked about my favorite. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to a little bit. It's my favorite bit is when he talked about how funny it would be if he died of COVID. It's funny. Like, it would be the funniest thing ever if he died of COVID. I'm like, you're right. That would be hilarious. That was just a funny bit, So, and man, the way he does his stage presence is like screaming, and 100 miles an hour. I'm surprised he doesn't have a fucking heart attack. Looks like his veins are gonna pop out of his head. But the thing is, now with the internet, there's something for everybody. If anyone with any kind of sense of humor can find a stand-up comedian that they love, just gotta find them. Did you cover the Po-10 news? It was news last night anyway. Is this still a thing? I don't know what you're talking about, so probably not. What are we talking about? Let me look it up. Oh, yeah. What happened with Pereria? Yeah, Ray put something on the thumbnail. I actually didn't even know what he was talking about. Can someone explain it to me? Oh, Pereira allegedly raped a TikTok model. Man, I fucking hope not. I'm trying to. Okay, so now that I read that, hold on. I haven't done this all episode. I need to be doing it more. Oh, I got kicked out of StreamYard again. Fuck. Sorry, I was about to put a comment up, and you're right. Hold on. Bear with me for a second here. There it is. So, think about this. I haven't heard. That's all I've heard about it is what you just told me just now. Not believing it till I hear all the facts from Fox News. That's the way to do it, man. Of course. Just saying it was unwanted. Sure. Okay, so I want to believe that no one would ever make this up, and I'm not saying I'm not saying she's making it up. That's the last thing I'm saying is that she's making it up. I want everyone to be very clear. It's the last thing in the world that I'm saying. Right? It's very, very possible that this happened. But I'm saying there are women out there have been fucking ruining it for the actual real victims, and fuck those ladies. Like it seems like the Trevor Bauer lady. It seems like that could have. I believe they indicted that one woman on fraud charges. So my thing is basically what I'm saying is the fact that we're seeing this and being like maybe she made it up. It's not. I feel bad for her. If it's real, I feel bad for her because there are some crazy bitches, very few, but that have made shit like this up and fucking ruined people's lives. That's not good. But although I don't want anyone to be abused, what I'm saying is that if she's saying this, I hope it happened. I mean, meaning I hope, that no one would make this kind of shit up. And if she's saying it, I hope it did happen. And when you say it happened, but I'm not sure it went the way she said it went. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. No one was there, but these are tough. It's tough, right? It's tough. Like, how am I supposed to feel about this, right? It's supposed to be, innocent until proven guilty, right? But it's not like that with these allegations, right? It's the opposite. And sometimes, even if you have receipts and stuff, I mean, like Trevor Bauer did, still people think he did something wrong, So, but I want to be very clear when I'm saying this, that I'm not saying one way or the other if this happened. I'm just saying that I believe 95% of the time when someone comes out like this, they're telling the truth. So let's look at it that way. If that's true, then the UFC needs to look into this very deeply, very hard, and then decide what they're going to do with them. Trevor was hosed. I do agree. It took me a while. If you listen to every time we talk about this on the show, I've had different opinions at different times. But now I'm at the point where now, if that happened to Mike Trout, he'd be signed by now. But Trevor Bauer being Trevor Bauer isn't helping him at all. But I think that shouldn't matter, man. I think the fact that, especially when so many teams need starting pitchers, the fact that no one this guy's pitching like sub-2 in the Mexican League, striking everybody out. He broke a league record for strikeouts in a game. Like he's killing everybody in Mexico. He's waiting for somebody to call him, and they're like, no. Well, it seems like he didn't do it. Well, he's still a dick, though. Yeah. I don't think she's 100% innocent. Let's put it that way. Well, the thing is, neither of us have been there. I just, and again, I haven't. All I've heard right now is from what you're saying to me, but I'm trying to be very careful. But also, like I said, I always want to believe the victim. Always want to believe the victim, right? I want to hope that in a perfect world, no one in their right mind would ever make that up. No matter how much I like the person they're saying this about, I'd like to think that no one would ever make that up. Yeah, Johnny, same thing. As I said, yeah, Trevor in Mexico's killing it. I wonder if he's just going to keep doing this, man. Just keep playing in different leagues. I mean, he's a ball player. What are you going to do until you can't throw anymore? Might as well keep playing and hope. It's just silly to me. I think there's something else going on, man. I feel like maybe Rob Manfred said to people, because Manfred's hated Trevor Bauer before this happened. Baseball, excuse me, the establishment of baseball fucking hated Trevor Bauer before this happened. So it just, but it makes me feel bad, because if it really is completely false, then that guy's life was ruined for no reason. And yeah, he's a dick, but there's no reason to keep him out of baseball. There's a lot of dicks in baseball. All right, so I guess what I'm saying is interesting to see what's going on with Pereira, and interesting to see how the UFC handles it. This is how I want them to handle it. I want them to dig deep as possible, dig as deep as I possibly can. And I hope they get this right. And man, why do I think they're going to get it wrong? Well, there's no evidence, like right away before. Man, I have a feeling they're not going to get this right. But and what is right? I don't know. But I just have a feeling they're just going to like look past it. I hope not. I hope they really dig deep into it and try to do it right. But at the same time, you punish someone before anything's proven. So what I'm trying to say is, what a gray area all this is, right? The easy thing to do is to be like, dude, we're not going to let you fight for a while until you fucking figure this out. And even though it would suck as a fighter, you got to understand it. I get it. It's a business. You don't want to fuck yourself over by getting in bed with someone who very possibly assaulted someone. So Dana was screwed up. I agree. I honestly think whatever the right thing to do is, they'll fuck it up. That's my guess. But it probably won't matter. You forget that Dana White, slugged his wife not that long ago, and that somehow we kind of forgot about that. And it wasn't that long ago. So, but because of that, I feel like they really got to be careful here. And honestly, they should play it safe. They've never been that organization to play it safe like that, but I feel like they got to be smart here. Yeah, see, Johnny, we're on the same page. Oh, did I really get signed? Man, I keep getting signed out of StreamYard.
Me, don't worry.
All right. Still nothing from Pulse. Which means after I finish this, I think I'm going to be done. But we got a few more minutes here. What else you got? Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say about Pereira right now is that I hope the UFC gets it right. I hope that if this woman came out with these allegations, that they are true. And I hope the UFC handles it correctly. Now, I'm not saying I want it to be true because I don't like Pereira or anything. I'm just saying I want it to be true because it hurts so many women when someone comes out with that isn't 100% truthful. And like I said, I'm walking a line when I'm talking about this, right? But I'm going to say that most of them are telling the truth. But there are a fucking couple like the Trevor Bauer people that are making shit up, and it's not good. You know? And then you find out like they've had mental illness and stuff before, and I've struggled with that as well. So I'm not giving them shit for that. But the fact that they made a decision that ruined someone's life forever. Now, on the flip side, sexually assaulting somebody is also a decision that ruins someone's life forever. So I understand that as well. But I guess what I'm saying is we shouldn't jump to conclusions when this happens right away. We should wait for facts. But it's never how anything ever works now, right? It never works that way. So, and I just gave you an example earlier about how that never works that way. So, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, the UFC already not having a great year card wise. The only guy who's been exciting all year gets this. Not great. Not 2024 has not been the best year for this company. I mean, financially, probably fine, but less than great cards. Connor not being able to fight. And then this, not great. They'll be fine, but well said. She's messed up not getting an attorney. She should have made a TikTok video. Oh, she did it on TikTok. Well, that doesn't mean it's not true. However, not the way I would have done it. I don't think that's the way to do it. At least not without an attorney. Yeah, you got to go to the lawyer first, man. You got to. Also, I mean, listen, it shouldn't matter, but it also takes away her credibility. Like, it shouldn't matter if it's true. It shouldn't matter, but yeah, I think TikTok's not the way to do it. And again, I'm just learning all this from you. I don't know any more information. That's why, like I said, I'm being very careful the way I talk about it because I don't have any information. Let the attorney speak for you. Yeah, I would do that as well. Or even if you wanted to do it that way, go to the attorney first and let them know what you're thinking, right? But again, it doesn't mean it's any more or less true. It's just it does seem to take credibility away from your story. And, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it is true or not true, but it doesn't seem the best way to do it. I feel like I'm making intelligent arguments today. You know why? Because Ray's not here. I don't have to yell over Ray. So I could be wrong. It could be just because I've been drinking. Now that I think I think I'm making good points. Maybe I'm not. It's very possible that I'm not. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I could do the show by myself. Sometimes I don't. I mean, listen, I don't want to do it by myself. I love having Ray here. I do like doing the show with Ray. But I'm saying, like, I do a show by myself. Sometimes I feel like I can. Sometimes I feel like I can't. If I did do a show by myself often, I'd have to have talking points ready, because me, like, not knowing where I'm going, that never helps. There's dead air and shit. We weren't there, so we'll never know. Good point. Yeah, that's the thing. We'll never know. But I am interested, though, to see how the UFC handles this. I honestly kind of hope they go the opposite way of what I think they'll go, which is them being like, well, there's no evidence, the frat boy approach. No, disclaimer, if I hate attorneys and the whole maritime law system that we live in, looked it up. I mean, when I know maritime law, I'm talking about literal maritime law is what I'm thinking of. But I'm guessing you're talking about something else. Also not what we're talking about, but it's all right. You're allowed to hate them. You hate attorneys. It's allowed. Although sometimes you need them. I didn't have one at one point in my life, and it would have helped if I did. So, I mean, I did have one, but he was a public defender. He didn't do shit. So. Although I was guilty. But he could have helped me out. He could have got me a lesser. It was for DUI. He could help me out. He didn't. First offense, blue .084. If I fail the sobriety test because I have Tourette's. Oh, Lord. I don't even know if this is working. I think someone's attempting. Oh, there he is. Hello, Raymond.
Hi, Tim.
Ooh, I think there might be a real hard delay.
Ooh, good to know. All right, be right back.
Well, maybe not now. Hold on. I want you to tell me how many fingers I'm putting up.
4.
Ooh, yeah, there's a couple second delay.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay.
Now it's still delay.
Yeah, you're real glitchy. I can't hear you, and none of it's very not good.
None of this is good, Tim. I don't have power.
Listen, Ray, it's funny. The last time you text me the words "we lost power," the Capitol got stormed. So,
it's democracy, Tim. It's at stake. If you haven't heard already. I'm still never forget. I was editing the show and that was going on.
Man, I can't hear what you're saying. I'm sorry, man. You keep breaking up. It's not good.
All right, hold on. I'll just do this. How about now?
I think slightly better, maybe.
Still a delay?
Maybe a bit, but we can try it for a minute.
Damn it, hold on. Hey.
Yeah, man, you're coming in and out and stuff. It's not good. I'm sorry. I want it to work, but it's because they want you guilty. It's a rigged system against us. Only 2% of cases get overturned. Yeah, I know. It's rough. I like true crime, like, a lot, and it makes me a little bit worried about myself. However, there's some I like it. Like, I don't like any stuff that shows the gruesome photos. Like, I don't like that, man. And I don't like the ones that are over dramatized, like the ones that are like on ID channel and shit. There's some ones that are on streaming services that are like that, and I don't like those. I like the ones that are like documentaries, right? Real documentaries, and they talk about true crime. I think the what I like about it is I'm interested. The law part interests me. I think a lot of that from both sides. Right. And there's stuff that, you see one that be like, oh, this one, the cops are the fucking villains. This one's the cops are the fucking heroes. Right. You never know what you're going to get. I don't know. I like true crime a lot, and I watch a lot of it. But I know people say that's a red flag, but like I said, I don't like the gory shit. I like the I think I like the law aspect of it. Is what I like about it. So, like Making a Murderer, maybe one my favorite documentary of all time. Bad Neighbors idea is good. Yeah. There's one on Netflix called Worst Neighbor Ever, or something like that. I'm sure it's about the same thing. So there's an ID. I don't know what it's called, but ID had did a story about something that happened in my town when I was in high school, and yeah, it was rough because this town things like that don't happen too often. But actually, we had a couple murders in a couple of years, and one was unsolved. To this day, is unsolved, and I think the same guy did it. I think a lot of people do, but he's never said anything. But yeah, 2 girls were kidnapped. He tried to kill them both. One survived. That happened in this town, and the ID did a story about it. Or but they do make it. They put over dramatize it, and they put the crazy music and what happened next. And I don't like it like that, dude. I like documentaries. Like I said, Making a Murderer may be my favorite true crime. But there's a lot of great ones. I like Innocence Project stuff. I like that. I like when people like get out. But there's also some good ones that are the other way too. When they fucking catch people. There's one I'm watching right now on Hulu. It's How I Caught My Killer. They do kind of over dramatize it a little bit, but it's interesting because it's about people who were murdered, but they find some sort of evidence via social media or sometimes other stuff that the victim had that helped them catch the killer. So it's interesting. It's powerful tech in the wrong hands. Violent people, not good. If benevolent could be okay. Problem is, always becomes corrupted. What are we talking about? What specifically are we talking about? Freedom guy. I don't know what you're talking about. I may have lost something here. But of course, there's a lot of corruption, right? But like I said, what I like about true crime is that I've seen great true crime stuff that is this guy got fucked, this guy got railroaded, he didn't do this, right? And I've also seen ones that are like, hey, we fucking got the guy, and that's both ways. Oh, hey. Okay, all right, okay, I believe you. I mentioned that, but I don't remember mentioning that, but I believe you. Mentioned AI surveillance tech type movies, TV shows. Okay, well, I was talking about the ID channel. I meant like the ID channel that do those documents. But yeah, they have all kinds of shit, and yeah, that you like to think that everyone's doing the right thing, but they're not always, But sometimes people are guilty, and sometimes they do get the guilty people, right? I also watch. Jim Can't Swim is great. I don't think they're on YouTube anymore. They keep getting pulled, but it's like it's criminal psychology, and they go over a lot of interrogation tapes, and that's pretty cool. They did a whole piece. I think it's still up on Copenhagen, fucking War Machine. That piece of shit. But it's really good. If you haven't seen it, Jim Can't Swim, War Machine. What's true crime? I thought that was true crime, like the Tom Cruise movie from back in the day. All right, Ray's internet still ass. It's okay. It's fine. Listen, look at how good I'm doing without you, Ray. It's fine. To be honest, I'd rather have you here. Or Pulse. Let's kind of figure Pulse is MIA on the day that you're not here. Predictive crime fighting. That's different. That's a Minority Report. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. No, they do try to do shit like that now. And that's fucking wacky, right? But not to the point where they're arresting people for something they think would happen, right? Not yet. They do profile people and watch them, but See, look at that. Great stream. See? Trying my best here. Although it's much easier when there's people in the chat. Minority Report, that's where they want to go. If they had the technology, they probably would. I do believe that's probably true. But anyway, what else we got? Just the last true crime I watched. Oh, I just watched the thing about that. It was an interesting documentary because it was the whole documentary that could have. It's 3 episodes. It could have been half an hour at most, but it's about a guy in Utah who got caught with child porn. You know, that's the whole thing, and how it's like ruined his family. And I understand that. Like, fuck that guy, right? That guy got 10 months. Crazy. I watched another one about a woman who was kidnapped, came back, they found out she kidnapped herself and beat herself. That's the worst thing. She starved herself and beat the shit out of herself, and no one understands why. To this day, they have no idea why she did it. No idea. None of it made sense. Crazy. People are nuts. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. People are fucking crazy. Hurting minors is bad. Hurting anyone is bad. Actually, yes, of course, right? But when it's kids, that fucking gets you hard, man. I mean, it's always rough to hear about that, but anytime. Like this guy in the documentary, he wasn't accused of assaulting anyone, but what he did do is he filmed his 15-year-old stepdaughter. And he had a bunch of videos of her. And then he had a bunch of other images that he got from who knows where, right? And he got 10 months. I don't know. I mean, he didn't physically assault anybody as his first offense, but I feel like 10 months is still ridiculous, right? Am I the only one that feels that way? I don't know. I feel like there's no way, right? I mean, I'm not saying that you get life for that, but I'm saying you feel like at least 3 years. I feel like that's probably still low. I would say at least 5. 10 months? And he didn't even go to prison. He did it in county, apparently. I don't know. There's it's called Betrayal, I think is the name of the thing on Hulu. I don't know. But now that this came out, that guy's life's going to be rough. Ray says, the world is burning right now. Up is down, left is right, down is up. And my T-Mobile internet, BS internet, is like Cory Sandhagen Saturday night on everything. So it's just slightly disappointing. I get it. Freedom Guy says, I saw something where a chick ran away with a dude and then they beat and tortured her to make it look. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Like her ex did it. Weird. She did most of it herself. Yeah, I was talking about that Perfect Wife documentary. That's yeah, that was wacky. Ray Tim, something big is coming. I feel it. That's my dick, Johnny. That's what you feel. What's coming? What do you mean? Like how? How? What are you talking about? Oh, I just had something and forgot it. That's new for me, especially what I've been drinking. But yeah, that's the yeah, they called her like Gone Girl. This lady Gone Girl. And there's another one, American Nightmare. It's on Netflix. Kind of the same situation. Everybody thought this woman was making it up though, and she wasn't making it up. It was fucking wacky, so everybody thought this had to be a story that she concocted, and they all called her Gone Girl. They called her that. And it was real. It was fucking real. So that one's rough to watch because you get so pissed at the cops for being dismissive and like thinking that like this is fake and that she made it up, and they like and not even looking for the guy for a long time because they thought it was fake. That pisses me off, dude. A lot of that pisses me off. Victim blaming shit when they. That's a whole documentary. I saw that too. Like women and sexual assault claims, getting charged with filing a fake report, and they find out later that they had evidence and shit, or the guy did it again, and bullshit. No, right? I totally agree. Lots of crazy shit going down soon. Oh, I'm sure. About to light the whole thing on fire, I think. Although Harris announced a running mate today, right? She's going with that dude from Minnesota, Waltz. Timmy Waltz. More people today trying to scam for money. Yeah, a lot of scammers out there, man. And you know what? I feel like every day I have to tell my mother about a new scam. I had to tell her that Mr. Beast casino thing wasn't real. Luckily, she didn't put money into that before she did that. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. It's rough. But you know what? As much as everything stresses me out, every once in a while you see something, you're like, maybe it's not that bad. People are inherently good, most of them. They try to be, at least. And yeah, people believe some crazy shit, but it is what it is, man. I don't know. I think we very possibly could be okay, but I don't know. I think it'd be a little bit better if we stopped going at each other's throats. But that's just me. This is Drunk Tim talking. Johnny agrees with me. With what? I don't know. But something. Oh. Well, I'm almost out of drink. And I'm hungry. And I haven't eaten. And I have pineapple pizza up there. That's right. Fucking pineapple pizza. I have no shame. I like pineapple pizza. You can fuck off. If you don't like pineapple pizza, that's fine. But I do, and I'm allowed to. So fuck off. Problem is 20 to 30% of people don't care about being crazy, wrong, misled, violent, etc. Of course, there's fucking whack jobs everywhere, man. There is everywhere, and I'm not trying to make this a political thing, but obviously they have both sides of ideology, right? There's fucking whack jobs. Pineapple pizza in New York is a red flag. I understand that, but you have better pizza overall over there. I don't have great pizza here. I have Domino's. Domino's isn't that great, so I usually get specialty pizzas from Domino's. Like, put some toppings on it. Fucking fix this. New York style pizza, the good places. All you need is cheese, and I am a cheese pizza guy. I love just plain cheese pizza. That's my jam. But it's got to be from a place that has good pizza, right? If it's like Domino's, I'm not getting plain cheese pizza because it's garbage, right? So Domino's, I'm like, put some shit on there because your pizza sucks. Yeah, yes, watch jobs of all kinds, black, white, rich, poor, man, woman, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, of course. Always. I don't know. Remember when we could we know we do, a lot of people do it, but when we could just disagree and it'd be okay. I disagree. Like, all right, you're allowed. That's fine. Listen, I let me and a lot of my family disagree on a lot of stuff, but I still love them. All right, so that's fine, right? I don't know. Eight pizzerias here, great pizza. I believe you, Johnny. I believe you. Best pizza I've had possibly ever is in Cleveland. Like, I haven't had any real good New York shit, or anything in that area. And I don't think I've ever had anything. I say it all the time. I don't think I've ever had really, really amazing pizza. I've had real good pizza, but I feel like there's still a couple steps above pizza wise I've never gotten to, you know. So there's a good New York style pizza place in Cleveland called City Slice that I really like, but I feel like there's a lot better pizza than that I just haven't had yet. And that's what keeps me going, Johnny, is the fact that I haven't had New York style pizza. It's good shit yet. I was in New York once. My buddy who lived there, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get pizza." I'm like, "Good." I'm like, I didn't want to be that guy, but I kind of was really hoping we get some New York style pizza at some point. And I was gonna ask you, but didn't want to be a tourist, you know. But he's like, "Oh, dude, we're getting Domino's." I'm like, "Ah, fuck." That's the way it used to be when I was a kid. We trying to get back to that. You actually talk to someone, disagree civilly for the most part. And there's always been bad apples out there. Yeah, I get it, man. I know. I mean, a lot of time, and also like if somebody says something to you, like I can't even with this, you know, especially if someone's like, I give you facts, and they're just like, that's not a fact, and you're like, all right, well then I can't. You know, either way, people do that, and you just like, well then I just can't anymore. That's usually when no one walk away, and when you be like, all right, we don't talk about this anymore. Like I not like I hate you now because we can anyway. You know what I'm trying to say. Best places are the mom and pop pizza places. I believe you, Johnny. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, I don't. What's the best chain, especially national chain? I don't know if any of the national chains are. Isn't that crazy that none of the national chains are really good? Because you know you would think, let's just take the places that have the best pizza in America and let's make that a chain. But they've tried that, right? What happens is the quality control, man, I guess. And I don't know. I like New York style pizza, but because I live in Ohio, I don't really have it. We don't have any. The only place I can get here in my town is Sbarro, which I like Sbarro okay, but ugh, Pizza Hut isn't bad. I hate Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is my least favorite chain. Best chain, Papa John's. No, Papa John's is the second worst. Pizza Hut and Papa John's are the worst pizza. I guess we're talking like the big chains, the big national chains, right? Maybe Eastern Chicago. I don't know. You guys have that in? I don't know. It's okay. It's not that great either. Domino's is all right. I don't hate Domino's. Pizza Hut back in the day. Well, yeah, too. When I was a kid, we had a Pizza Hut buffet, and that was sweet. I remember that. Little Caesars is the worst. It is, but it's cheap and it's fast. We have one here. My mother we have I'm about to go eat Domino's. My mother almost got Little Caesars. I'm like, please not Little Caesars. I'm like, come on, that's rough. Then they changed the recipe for whatever. Too many GMO ingredients now. A lot of them have that, and they're not great. Yeah, yeah, and you know what? This area, we have a lot of local places, but I don't think any of them are good. There's people who swear by some of these pizza places here, but I don't like any of them. There's one right by my house, and I never eat there because I've had it before. I'm like, this is not good. But people are like, oh, Pendo's is great. I'm like, not mine, man. Not my thing, man. I don't, no, not really. I wish we had a pizza oven here. I drove by a pizza oven yesterday on my way home from Cleveland, and I like it's real thick. It's like cake pizza, and I like that. I also like real thin, but you know, all kinds of good pizza out there. Yeah. Most people don't realize how bad the food has gotten through the years. Yeah, I have I have a cousin who's really smart. She's going to the University of Pennsylvania next year. She's 18. She just graduated high school, but she got real deep into a rabbit hole about food, and it's like just certain things she can't eat. But she's like, it's like almost impossible to really, really eat clean in America. It's fucking impossible now, and I believe her. Like all the food here is fucked up, even the vegetables, right? Everything is. So I get it. Freedom Guy says he's old, so he remembers. Pepper's Farm remembers. Freedom Guy. Pepper's Farm remembers. So I'm at a drink. I made it 2 hours by myself. I think that's pretty solid. I think we did it, guys. Actually, I wouldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Freedom Guy. Thank you. Two Joints was here. Who else was here? Ray, maybe. Hold on. Let me finish this here. All right. Hopefully, we'll be back Thursday. It's true. Done to Americans on purpose. A lot of countries won't buy our food. I know that. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thursday we'll be back. Pulse probably won't be here again. Hopefully I figure out if he's alive. Because I'm just worried. So hopefully he's okay. Ray will hopefully have power on Friday. That being said, I love y'all. Go get some, fam.